Greetings. I'm listening.
Good to meet you.
I've been expecting you.
For the good.
You come get the voodoo.
Hey there. And you are?
Light be with you.
You come to consult the spirits?
Welcome to Orgrimmar. Have you come to serve the Horde?
Shiny. Sail here. Me buy and trade. What?
Sail here. Me buy and trade. What?
And welcome to Control Alt WoW, the podcast for those of us who love World of Warcraft and love making many alts. Today is Sunday, August 9th, 2020, and this is episode 674 entitled Beta for Everyone, Almost, LOL. I'm Aprillian, your host, and I don't have beta. And with me are my two awesome co-hosts. Hi, Constructs. How are you doing?
I am good. I got my beta on Thursday.
Is it your beta or your beta?
It's my beta.
Okay. But aren't you British, though? You do take the Queen's birthday off, so technically it should be your beta, right? Okay, sorry. And
I'm just very, very happy to have been blessed with that
with your
little
beta,
thing there,
with your beta.
access.
Okay. And Grand Negus, how are you?
I'm doing fine, thank you.
Do you have your beta?
I've had my beta for a couple of weeks now, and I've been going through that quite. The things that I've done have gone for naught by now because they wiped the entire set of characters we created.
Oh, the fun.
A couple of days ago, but yeah, so... But
Is that your low-level characters or your level 50 characters?
Every character on the two beta servers that we have been wiped. So
everything everywhere is reset back to what it was?
Nothing. Back to nothing, yeah. Yeah, so we can start anew, and they...
Well, you know, a wise man once said, it is what it is.
It is what it is. So let's get into...
I laugh because I'm in so much pain. All right, anyways.
Let's get into this week. It's not much. It's three things, or four things, technically, because... the Dark Moon Fair ended yesterday.
Yes.
Yes.
It's over.
So we don't have anything ongoing.
Right.
Ending on Tuesday is the Pet Battle bonus week, and the PvP Brawl Temple of Hot Magoo, which they had to hotfix in because. If you remember, if you listened to last week's show, we mentioned that the new PvP Brawl was going to be Comp Stomp.
Yeah.
But there were apparently some issues with that event.
Nope.
So they had to say in a blue post, guys, we are sorry to have to inform you. We regret to inform you that Comp Stomp will not be available in the PvP Brawl rotation. Damn, words so hard. For up until including the release of Shadowlands. And
it's possible their super duper servers are dedicated to the betas.
I have known. It was some other technical stuff that apparently happened. I hadn't looked it up. I just saw the brief post that they were going to take it out of the rotation. So in its place, they've put Temple of Hot Magoo. And so be it. And then And that's ending on Tuesday. And beginning, taking the place of the Pet Battle bonus week, because we do not, again, get a new PvP brawl. We are going to get have a strange occurrence where normally on a new cycle of time walking, we start with the first expansion. Then go to the second expansion. So we go Burning Crusade, then Wrath, then Cataclysm, and so forth. Now, we had back a couple of weeks ago, we had that weekly, week after week incarnation of back to back to back to back time walking weeks. And it ended as it should with the last one in line, which is, I think, Draenor. Yeah, I don't think we have, we don't have Legion time walking yet. So Draenor was the last one. And technically that would mean that the next cycle would then start whenever the next cycle started with a Burning Crusade.
Right, which would make sense.
That doesn't happen now because the new cycle apparently starts with Cataclysm for whatever reason.
Skipping around.
Yeah, it's something strange.
Yeah, Blizzard's acting like it's their game and they can just do whatever they want to do.
They can do whatever they want, of course. But people that want to get the mounts of the respective time walking event, the specific ones that you can only get when the respective time walking event is active,
right,
are at a disadvantage. Because they can't get the one from Burning Crusade, nor can they get the one from Wrath of the Lich King in the near future. Let's just call it that. Okay. It's not so long if they start the new cycle when this one is over, but still it's something that you have to wait a couple of months at least for the new cycle to begin. So if people have saved for, say, the one from Wrath, and they thought, yeah, it's going to be like 4 more weeks.
Right.
But now they haven't they haven't even made that available. It's a little off-putting. It's a little, it's not fun. So, yeah.
Right. It messes up your plans.
Yeah. Yeah, it's annoying. Mm-hmm. And that's what's going to happen this week in retail. As to what happened recently and what we're going to see with beta, and this we intend to go with from now on until the launch of the pre-patch is after this week in WoW. We are going to talk a little about, mostly me, about what's going on in the beta, and the others can obviously put their things in as well. But since for now I've been the only person playing in the beta, this is all my content, the things that I've found that I wanted to comment on. So the Orgrimmar portal room is way different than the Stormwind portal room.
Oh, in what respect?
In so that with the if you go
Orgrimmar portal room looks like a portal room. The
not that much.
The Stormwind one looks more like a cathedral wing or whatever.
Yeah, but that's not what I want to get at. What I want to get at is the fact that
It's more organized in Stormwind?
The Orgrimmar portal room is limited. It isn't expansively created. The architecture isn't expansive.
Well, they're orcs. Come on, they can't do so much.
So
they're using sticks and mud and stuff.
It's round.
Yes.
So you only have so many slots to put portals in.
Right.
There's a section with stairs going down, but it's a little out of the way.
Yes.
Exactly.
And you have to know that.
We already have the necessity now. There is already the necessity to outsource, if that's the right word, one of the portals to downstairs. Because the first portal they added, after they designed it and implemented the portal rooms, both factions, was the one to Caverns of Time. With the Stormwind portal room, which has two wings of the Mage Tower. They could just put it on the end opposite the Borealis portal, like on the other wing of the end. Still on the same level, just in the other wing, with the circular shaped Orgrimmar portal. It's not possible because there is a limited number of slots, as I mentioned. So they had to implement a downstairs. So you have to run halfway back out the door, so to speak, towards the entrance for Orgrimmar, then turn right if you run out of the portal room, and then head down 3 flights of stairs to get down there. And then you can go straight and you use the portal to the Caverns of Time, which I find extremely annoying. Now,
of course, if you're one of the Goblin engineers, you can teleport directly to Area 52 or not Edgezen.
Yes, but that's beside the point. The point being, it has to be convenient.
Yes.
At least in my understanding. So now with the release of Shadowlands, I as a gamer, I would think, okay, the newest content gets the most convenience as of access.
So all the newer portals should be right where you can get to it.
Exactly. Easy
access.
Exactly. So that would mean, for me, move one of the older portals downstairs, next to the Caverns of Time portal.
Caverns of Time, yeah.
Yep. Nope.
That makes sense.
Yep. Not going to happen. They put the current expansion, Shadowlands, Ouroboros portal downstairs.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah,
exactly.
That doesn't make any sense.
What
the?
Yeah.
WT.
Exactly. What kind of idea is that?
Logic, yeah.
Yeah. That's something that I absolutely don't understand. Yes, you materialize in the upper, in the main portal room when you come back from Ouroboros.
Right.
But still, if you want to get back there from somewhere else, say you come back from one of the Dalarans or from Shatrath or from wherever.
Now you got to run all the way down.
You have to run halfway out of the room, head down 3 flights of stairs, and then run through half of the not insignificantly small room to then click on the portal to Ouroboros, which is located to the right of the center Caverns of Time portal. Blizzard, please change that.
I'll
Please.
talk to them.
I mean, I can totally live with the Shadow Moon City portal being downstairs or the Shadrath portal being downstairs. That's not something that people really need to go to every 5 minutes.
Right.
But a current expansion main hub portal shouldn't be in the downstairs. That's something that I can't state vehemently enough. It's something
I heard that there was a change.org petition to.
There are. I've made a list, a doc.
Did you check it twice?
to write down everything that I notice, that I see, that I experience, and most of that I'm going to talk about in these segments. And as soon as I stop streaming, whenever I'm streaming beta content, I'm going to send bug reports off to Blizzard to tell them about the issues that I have. So I feel that's something that I have to do, and that every decent beta tester should do.
Right, because the privilege of beta testing is not just to play with new content. It is to report bugs and give back your opinions.
Making suggestions, exactly.
Right.
And trying to optimize and trying to making it better, making the game experience better.
Right. For everyone.
For everyone.
Ooh, Jinx, you owe me a Sprite. Sorry.
So I totally think, to end this topic, that the Horde surely got the shorter end of the stick with that, with the design of the boiler rooms, as they've done with so many designs in WoW. So, yeah, Blizzard, please change that. Yeah, cooking. When I came to Ouroboros, which is the hub, the main hub, call it a Shadowlands version of Dalaran.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a multi-faction city, the main city. You have this, the layout of the city is a mixture. If you think of a mixture of Ironforge and Undercity, like a circular layout, that would fit the description best, I would think. And I went through the various quarters and came to the quarter or the area, it's not called a quarter, but that's beside the point, where all the
that's neither here nor
were.
there.
And I learned all the professions that I could, two main ones, and all but the only one that I didn't learn was archaeology, because big news for people that like archaeology and haven't learned it yet, no archaeology.
What?
No, dig.
What?
Oh, I guess you can't level that way, because then you max level too quickly.
I think, which is kind of logical though, if you think of it. What do you do in archaeology? You dig up fragments from the past.
Right. And there are no fragments.
Shadowlands is a realm of the dead, So technically, it's not a realm that has
layers.
Stuff like that. No,
Right.
but
So,
stuff like
but-
that, like
Just in Shadowland, you still have archaeology in the.
you can apparently. I haven't found the archaeology trainer, so you apparently can still learn archaeology.
Okay.
You just can't do archaeology in the Shadowlands.
Okay, that makes
As-
sense. Okay, that makes
As
sense.
far as I know, if that changes, if I misremember,
Or
if
it
I
could
learn
change because
new
it
things,
is beta. It's not set in
Yeah.
stone.
exactly. I'll get back to that topic. So back to cooking. When I learned all the other professions, except cooking and archaeology, they were moderately priced to learn them.
Uh-oh.
Since I was a character that I've copied, that I've not copied, sorry, I was a pre-made character. I had to learn the main profession and then learn the Shadowlands module for it. That was all moderately priced. When I came to cooking, that quickly went out the window.
Oh, interesting. Now, are you cooking special food that does special stuff?
Let's get to that, Adam, a little later.
Okay, sorry, I'm jumping the gun.
No problem. Shadowlands enchanting, for example,
Right.
costs 1 gold to learn.
That's not bad.
Moderately priced, definitely going to change. Because if you think back to BFA, I think it's like 47 or 50 gold to learn. I can't remember, like something along those lines. Not 1 gold. Cooking, 200 gold, which is significantly more than 1 gold. So I was thinking, have they just not harmonized the prices? But 200 gold is quite steep.
Yeah.
It's quite steep for a profession, for a new expansion. So, and it's not that you get an exorbitant amount of cooking recipes for free, which would legitimize the higher price in a way. If you'd say, like with enchanting, you get 2 or 3 or 5 pre-taught enchantments for, say, 60 gold, and then with cooking you would get, 10, 12 cooking recipes, that would make up for the 200 gold price, I would think. But that's not it. You get the 3, 4, 5 recipes that are standard for any profession. So that's not a reason why they charge you 200 gold. Again, beta, and we'll see, that's most likely going to change. I was just curious to find out why that discrepancy was there, but I couldn't find a reason. So that has to be on the lookout to when, if, how that's going to change.
Right.
Aprillian, as to your question with foods that you can cook, I'm not going to go into too much detail. All I want to say is that we don't, as with all the professions now in Shadowlands,
Right?
they got rid of the stars. The stars.
Right,
system,
but do
the
they have
ranks.
like
No
haste?
more 3 stars.
Do they
No
have
more
like
3 stars.
do they have like
Yeah.
haste or Are they like embellished?
I don't know. I know that with with alchemy, for example, there are no more procs either.
Oh.
Yeah. So the mats have come down. The cost for making stuff has come down to compensate somewhat, but there are no more archaeology procs. So, in a way, if you only want to level your alchemy in Shadowlands, there is no more need for specializations. That's just one conclusion I'm drawing from this. The other thing with cooking is that with the ranking system, you started with a rank 1 cooking recipe that gave you 5 items. Rank 2 gave you 7, and rank 3 gave you 10 items.
Oh.
With Shadowlands, it's all down to base, obviously. But the base has been lowered from 5 to 3.
It's all about that base, Oh, sorry.
So you cook stuff, you still need 5 ingredients per ingredient.
5? That's a lot.
5. It's always been that. You always needed 5 or 10 to get to cook as the amount of ingredients. It's still going to be that, unless it's like a special ingredient, like one of the green item,
the potatoes fish. Or
the fish,
right?
That you need to collect, and then you only needed one of those, and there is another new green fish as well. But so you need 5 of the normal ingredients, but you still only get 3 items, a stack of 3 items for cooking that one time, that cook one. So that's, they could at least have done it made 4, because now if your stack size is off. Your stack size is off if you want 20, as you need 20 to cook the bigger ones, like the what are they called? The feasts and all that.
Right.
You need 20, I think. But if you cook, if you divide 20 by 3, it doesn't work. So you need to cook either 21, 7, or 18, 6. So you always have not enough or one too many, which for bag space is not nice. It's not good. So I would rather like them to see, like, add another, make it 6 required items to cook, and then give us 4 items, so we can have that 20 again.
Right.
So you cook 5, and then you have 20. Yep.
Right. That makes sense.
But 3 is off. It's completely off, and it's not a good choice. It's not a good idea. Not at all, in my opinion. So Ouroboros generally, and by the way, the profession becomes much more expensive, because you get down to 3 only, and it's the same amount of ingredients you need. So that's the thing that you have to invest more time, gold, work in. So all in all, more expensive.
Right.
Our boss, generally, I really like. The district hall where the bank is located is called the Hall of Holding.
Holding?
Nice.
Yeah, holding.
Oh, interesting.
Where they hold your stuff. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's cool. They all the
Storage
name.
facility.
Yeah. It's kind really interesting. And I found that amusing at the Hall of Holding. The main topic of the week is the changes that they made. I talked previously about the changes to heirlooms, that they were going to remove the experience bonuses.
Right.
Now they finally released what they intend to put in its place. Because again, beta, we don't know if it stays, but they apparently have a plan, and the items on beta have these special values added to them now. When I logged into my characters, I copied characters with heirlooms, so I could have a few heirlooms, and so I could get my mount, my heirloom mount, which still is a thing. So don't be worried, that's still a thing. They're not going to take that away. Okay, so from the Blue Post, changes to heirlooms with Shadowlands pre-patch 9.0.x. Because we don't know what number it's going to be. It's probably going to be 9.0.1, but we don't know that, so I always go with X. We want to ensure that players' investment in these heirlooms continues to offer unique benefits while leveling. So we're planning to replace the experience bonus on heirlooms with unique heirloom set bonuses. So let me just say this one sentence. They say they plan to replace experience bonus with unique heirloom set bonuses is okay, but offer unique benefits while leveling. Yeah, you'll see what I mean.
Right.
Two-piece set bonus, rested experience consumed is reduced by 30%. So what that means for me is your character that you want to play, that you want to level, to benefit from this bonus needs to have rested XP in the first place. Period. If you create a new tune and you start playing it, there will be no benefit from this two-step bonus, which I don't like. It should be a continuous, always, all-present bonus.
Right.
In three-piece set bonus increases your out-of-combat regeneration in the outdoors, normal dungeons and battlegrounds. which means we know that from 1 to 10, our mana and health generation is significantly increased. So we don't even have to eat foods or whatnot.
Right.
Most of the time. If that were the case, I could sort of live with it. But still, it's a lackluster thing. It's we don't have anything else. So let's put in that. It's something that I don't see what point there is to it other than dungeons, normal dungeons and battlegrounds. So if you're on a higher level toon than normal and you play through in a group a heroic dungeon, that doesn't work either. So the bonus doesn't apply there. So that's kind of okay, but I would think I'm like 30% okay with that. 4-piece set bonus. Gaining a level. Dinging. Triggers burst of knowledge. Dealing holy damage to nearby enemies.
Oh, so that's neat.
And granting 40% of primary stats for 2 minutes. Defeating additional enemies extends this effect up to 2 additional minutes. So we don't know how many seconds per kill. It's basically a kill streak mechanic.
Right, kind of like
So
when you do the turkey thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or another classic example is the hunter that doesn't want his self-heal to run out. So they have to kill and kill and kill, and basically keep that self-heal, so you can self-heal, I can't remember what the name of the thing is, active, and kill the mob before the proc that lasts, I think, 15 or 20 seconds expires. So you can then use it to heal yourself up after the battle and then charge in for the next one.
Right.
That's basically the method I think that it's most equivalent to.
Yes.
My opinion, the thing I have most issues with is the dealing holy damage to nearby enemies, because that's an AoE.
Right.
I do not want a AoE that can pull other things that I intentionally might want to avoid.
Right.
I don't like that. Definitely, that alone is a no-go for me for this entire set-piece bonus. I don't want that. I want to choose when I do, especially AoE.
But what about if it's combinations of armor pieces? Different armor pieces give different set bonus.
Nope. All doesn't matter. The only any heirloom qualifies for this set bonus except weapons and trinkets.
Right.
So those 2 types do not count towards the set bonus, but anything else doesn't matter in what combination, they're all valid. So, and again, I want to choose my own AoE attacks.
Yeah.
And I don't want to watch out, I can't kill this thing now. I have to reposition myself before I kill this mob, because then I'm going to pull this other mob. I that's way too complicated. Please, Blizzard, don't do this. That's something that for me, no. And then 6-piece bonus is basically 2-piece bonus number 2. Rested experience consumed is reduced by an additional 30%. So that means if you have the 6-piece bonus, you get a total of 60% reduced rested experience. And same issue I have with that as with the 2-piece. My character needs to have rested experience for this to work. So basically, none of those bonuses for me are ones that I would wholeheartedly say, yes, perfect, good, gimme.
Gimme.
They all have something more or less that I'm against vehemently, sometimes, especially the 4-piece bonus with the AoE.
I just know day one of the expansion, the first thing I do is I don't go around to every zone. I go around to every character and I log into my main profession characters and I get them to a rested area so that it triggers the rested experience mechanic. Because if you don't log into them, it doesn't automatically start soaking up rested XP. It just leaves them in a city with no rested.
You are right in a certain way. You're just mixing up two things here. One is that counts for our formerly max level characters.
Yeah.
But this has nothing to do with the heirlooms, because the heirlooms will only count for level 50 up until level 50. So
until they unlock them for the final tier.
Right.
Eventually, yes.
Yeah.
Eventually.
Yes, but not yet. So, and I doubt that you're not going to visit a formerly max level character for a year and a half. I highly doubt that.
The first week, I just log into every max level character to make sure they're in the rested area.
Yeah, but you're going to play them eventually throughout the first two patches, I would assume.
Usually I pick 3 to go with.
Yeah.
Because otherwise the spread of quest direction and the quest bloat becomes problematic.
Yeah.
Having 3, you can sort of manage which direction to start them in and maybe vary a little bit on the starting experience. But usually if I go more than 3, my mind just blows up and I don't log in for 2 weeks. It becomes painful to have that many quests in your quest log, and then you have to take a quest, abandon a quest.
It's overwhelming.
Try and rabbit hop to the cheese in the maze, and they're like, it's nice to have things open up without becoming like the full forest and not being able to find your way around.
Yeah, but again, it's something that I'm not an absolute. I mean, again, there are people that especially with let's say Matterhorn.
Yeah.
Perfect example. If he puts a character on the shelf for 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks, I think it takes for the rested to build up to max. Yeah. And then he blows through the appropriate amount of levels. That's okay. I'm just saying that it should. My fundamental issue with the reduced consumption of the rested is that it should be a bonus for that applies for any circumstance. It shouldn't be a bonus that doesn't apply under condition X or condition Y. That's not what a bonus that you paid for, quote unquote. Yes, you paid for it. You bought this thing.
Right.
Under other conditions. It should be a permanent bonus. And that's what I have issues with the 2-piece set bonus and the 6-piece set bonus is not that. So that is my issue with the new set bonuses and with the heirlooms. There are a few other experience bonus set items that will also see changes due to the new leveling experience. The Monk's Peak of Serenity Enlightenment buff will be changed to granting rested experience.
Oh.
Okay.
And so, the Elixir of Ancient Knowledge, the Elixir of Rapid Mind, and Access Potion of Accelerated Learning will be poor quality and no longer usable. That was the ones that we talked about in the beginning of Brilliant.
Right. Oh, how awesome.
Use them now, sell them now, make a character that can use them, apply them, use them. Because if you don't, they're like poor
Worthless.
quality items and not worth
Probably copper.
with hardly anything.
Yeah.
The Drought of 10 Lands will still retain the 10% experience bonus and now will be kept at level 50.
Oh.
Which I do not remember what is. I think it's a potion of something. Drought sounds liquid to me. I would assume that the gem from BFA is socketable as well. That gives you 5% experience bonus.
The 5%, yeah.
Yes. I would assume. I haven't heard either way. I haven't heard it confirmed or denied either way from the Blizzard people. So that theoretically would give you a maximum of 15% experience bonus. We hope that you look forward to the new leveling changes that introduces a faster and more flexible leveling experience than ever before. Yeah, okay. I'm looking forward to it, but again, with some changes
Right.
that I would like to see applied. So overall, at the moment, not as happy as I thought I would be. The next thing is a thing that we talk about is transmog. We've had some transmog changes lately where most of the old level pre-Legion legendaries have been made universally transmoggable, except obviously the Warglaives of Azeroth. Those are the main exception, again, for obvious reasons. So, the other day when I streamed, a person in the chat room asked me to check it out, and I hadn't done so before. So I went to my hunter. and checked out Thoridal, the hunter bow from Black Temple, on another hunter that hadn't gotten it physically, and it surely worked. So you can now transmog to almost all legendary items that you acquired on any toon, on other toons that are qualified. Which I really like. It's about time. It's about time. And yeah, so the other thing I wanted to talk about with transmog is the latest change. That's why I said changes. They've done changes lately. The newest change that is going to be applied with Shadowlands pre-patch launch, apparently, is going to be the transmog restrictions for wands have been lifted, will be lifted.
Oh.
Wands have always been that non-starter for transmog.
Right.
They're these small sticks that no one really likes to look at. You need to have an offhand piece, and there are people that really don't like using offhand pieces. Now, with the changes that they are making, you will be able, let me just read what the blue post says. Shadowlands Beta, wand transmog restriction lifted. In the latest build of Shadowlands Beta, the wand's transmog restrictions has been lifted. Players will be able to transmog wands into one-hand maces, one-handed swords, and daggers, as long as their class can equip these types of weapons.
Okay, that makes sense.
Right.
Which means, as a mage, you can transmog the wands into swords and daggers.
Right.
Right.
As a priest, it's
a mace.
Maces and daggers, and the warlock, swords and daggers as well. So that, I think, is, again, long overdue, because those sticks are quite annoying, in my opinion. Another thing I would like to mention is that I'm looking at my warlock on the login screen, and you can now have been able to, for a while, can't remember exactly when they made that change, transmog your one-handed weapon into any of your artifact weapons from Legion. Which means, in my case, I have currently equipped on my character, on my warlock, a sword and an offhand piece. When I go to transmog my scythe, since I'm a affliction warlock,
Right.
which means I now wield a scythe and an offhand weapon, which is strange, but That's how it is, apparently. Sometimes it shows on the login screen, and I don't know. Sometimes it even shows up on the character in the game. Sometimes it does not. There's still something that Blizzard apparently can't figure out, haven't figured out. Why that is, I don't know. But it's just funny to see that normally you should have a two-handed weapon.
Right.
You have two hands, basically, so you shouldn't be able to hold a two-handed weapon and an offhand item.
Right. They should be mutually exclusive.
Yeah, it should be mutually
exclusive.
Exclusive, yeah, exactly. Yeah, so, but apparently they aren't. So, just wanted to mention that you can now go to your transmogrifier, be it in your city or on your yak, and change your character's weapon to the artifact that corresponds with your spec. I would like to see it cross-spec applicable. I'm not sure if I remember correctly. Someone said that they were going to eventually, but it apparently hasn't happened yet. I would very much like to have the bow from the Windrunner bow on my Dark Ranger Hunter. But it's a marksman's bow, so as a Beastmaster, not so far. So, yeah. Okay, the last point I want to make, I'm almost done, guys. Sorry. Is my take on Chromie Time. I've been thinking about this for quite a while now, ever since the Chromie Time feature was announced. And I thought, what are they going to do in future expansions?
Right.
Are they just going to say Chromie Time 10 to 50, and then you have to level 50 to 60, and then 60 to 70, and then 70 to 80 in future expansions? That makes Chromie Time kind of less valuable.
Right.
And then it came to me. I thought, what if they were going to squish our levels back every expansion?
Oh.
So make the max level grind from
60.
50 to 60 every time. So when 10.0 comes out, we're going to get squished back again. So basically, that means that Shadowlands gets added to as the next Chromie Time thing, which is totally fine. Right. And then you can have. They don't need to change anything because the level mechanics, the numbers are already there. They don't have to change anything. And then you could start on 10.0 at level 50 and then develop and scale the game from 50 to 60. And then people said, "Oh, I don't like the fact that we're going to squish every time." And I said, "Yeah, okay, I can understand that, but it's the simplest, easiest way to keep Chromie Time what it is, and don't mess with the numbers every time without having to extend the path of leveling from the end of Chromie Time towards and all the way through to the current content." But then I had another idea. What if with 10.0, and this takes a little more development from Blizzard, what if chroma time in of itself gets extended from 10 to 60, not from 10 to 50 as it will be in Shadowlands, but it will basically, chroma time will gobble up the 10 levels that we gained in Shadowlands. So that means every time we play through chroma time, starting at level 10, we will end up at 50 with Shadowlands, 60 with 10.0, 70 at 11.0, and just the amount of levels that we gain there will be increasing, but not necessarily the speed, because it's still only one expansion. It's the speed of things, basically, of level ups, will increase.
Right.
So I thought this might be another way to, quote unquote, trick the mechanics into keeping chroma time a valid part of the level experience, that you can catch up to current content in a way that is fast enough for Blizzard to feel okay with, and for players to feel okay with.
But not making it too useful. Or overpowering.
Yes, it's not supposed to be not useful. It's the issue with chroma time is that you're supposed to level. You're not supposed to have to level through 8 expansions worth of content.
Right.
Before you reach max. You reach the point where you go into the next current content expansion. That's the point. You don't have to play through vanilla and Wrath or Outlands. You don't have to play through Kata or Pandaria and Draenor and Legion and BFA. All of these things, they've already cut down on it when they introduced the choices that you could make when you could choose between between the Burning Crusade and Wrath.
Right.
And you could choose between the 2 5-level expansions, Cataclysm and Mist of Pandaria. They already took the first step there as a quote-unquote test, I would assume. Like a petri dish. How does the player base think? What do they think about it? What's the advantages for us as a company, and because we don't always have to increase the speed, we don't always have to decrease the amount of experience needed for the result to be that you level faster. So now, with chroma time, regardless of what expansion you play, one expansion, you play from beginning to end, from Borean Tundra or Howling Fjord up until the gates of the Icecrown Citadel in Wrath of the Lich King. And that should ideally take you from level 10 to level 50. And then you start to go to Shadowlands. That's the purpose of chroma time.
Yes.
If you don't like Wrath, you choose the old world, vanilla, and explore any of those zones in whatever fashion you want, basically. If you don't like that, you go to Pandaria, you can go to Cataclysm, you can go to Pandaria, you can go to Draenor, you can go to Legion, whatever. One expansion takes you from 10 to 50. And then you're ready for the new current content. That's retail current content. That's what Chromie Time is there for. As soon as 10.0 comes out, the expansion after Shadowlands, the entire mechanic of that catch-up is out the window because you need to do something. Because there is an additional requirement of leveling present, which is the story of Shadowlands. What do you do with it? Where do you put that? And that's what I'm trying to figure out for myself. Do we put that as a module into the Chromie Time 10 to 50 and make the characters become level 50 again after you level to 60 in Shadowlands proper? Or do we say every Chromie Time experience that in Shadowlands was 1 to 50 will now become 1 to 60? Having the same amount of experience, but you gain more experience because you compensate that and you gain levels faster to compensate for the 10 additional levels.
Right.
I don't care about either. I would, if you would ask me, I would prefer to be squished every time a new expansion comes out, because it's always the same level, and it's something that I like to see the number, and it's just going to add to it, and that's it. And you don't have to worry about ever-changing numbers within Chromie Time. Because every time the developers have to accommodate another, if the second option were to be chosen, they always have to accommodate 10 additional levels into the Chromie Time and changing the numbers accordingly. And that's just work that they can working time that they could spend on something else. It's more productive.
Right.
They can be more productive, do more development on the then whenever forthcoming expansion without having to always change this, that, and the other. That's my point. And with that, I've talked enough. Thank you. I rest my case.
All right. So in other words, the beta, I gotta stop calling it the beta. The beta is good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I am very much looking forward to it, to the game. The amount of intrigue that's happening in the story dwarfs anything I've seen so far in the game. And I can't wait to see the content that we're going to get past the initial 9.0. How this intrigue unfolds and the consequences of that.
Awesome. How's the chat room doing?
Chat room is kind of quiet. Let me see. We have Dave the Hunter. We have,
Well, hello, chat room.
hey Dave, welcome.
I've had a fantastic weekend. Wow. It's very comforting. Those battlegrounds where you're not necessarily putting out more damage, but you feel like you're contributing more by pushing all the buttons all at once. Bad boy. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you?
Constructs, how was your week in WoW?
My week in WoW started last Sunday after the show. I was kind of overwhelmed by the auction house. I wasn't really getting anywhere, so I thought I'd just leave it alone for a few days. And I fired up my MechWarrior 5, and I had a great time for a whole day. I would just play mission after mission after mission. And instead of going for the big missions, I decided to go for the small, snacky missions that have less difficulty to them, to give my other pilots on the team time to level up. And they became better and better, and they not so useless anymore. So I guess I've learned something while I was doing that. And I was actually, skilling up and getting quite a bit more loot than I had previously. So maybe my strategy before wasn't so good, and this time around I'm learning more passes. And kind of the same thing happening in my WoW. I'm vendoring more stuff. I'm like, I don't need this. I don't need this. I don't need this. I'm starting to drop some quests on my lower level characters, because come Shadowlands, I'm going to be leveling differently. I think I'm going to be doing the island quest, is Chromie time or whatnot. And what I found is I got my beta, so I went to look in the first little island, and sometimes you get in there and there's a big X across the screen. The cinematic that's there is not the cinematic you're going to use. So there's a warning.
That's the one they're going to use. It's just not done yet.
Oh,
like they have most oftentimes it's the sound effects that's not there yet.
Well, they say warning, change is coming, whatever.
Yeah, work in progress. Yeah,
work in progress. Yes, so it's quite enjoyable. I don't necessarily have the sound on to everything, because I don't want to spoil myself too much. But the quests flow well into each other. I'm enjoying the content. And like I said, I didn't make a max level character or a level 50 character. I made a level 1 character, and I'm just finding out what the starting experience looks like. So when I level something next, I have an idea what it's going to look like. It's quite good. I mean, I'm not upset. I've already reported one bug. Something wasn't working Alliance side, and I typed in chat, this isn't working. Is anyone else having this problem? And people were generally friendly and helpful. So I reported the bug, and it's in there. And depending on how many bug reports they get, I guess that determines how quickly they fix it. It's quite the adventure. It's not. It doesn't feel like the other adventures before. It feels like new stuff when you're in there. So I'm really happy with it. I mean, I really have no complaints. I'm glad I was picked. I understand not everyone gets picked, as our title describes, but GER, for those people that don't have their say yet. But I'm really enthusiastic about Shadowlands. I don't know exactly how much time I'm going to have to play it. I went back to work this week, and I was dreadfully tired every day, and I didn't play it in the morning. I didn't play in the evening after work. I just crashed and I had an argument yesterday and today with Mrs. Constructs. I kind of screwed up, so I'm trying to be on the mend and not be such a bad husband. There are things where you do in your relationship where it's not as desirable as as when you first get married, and I really have to apologize to Mrs. Constructs. I screwed up.
It's a give and take, always, as it is in any relationship.
Yeah.
It is. And I really want to make it up to her, and show that I can be trustworthy from what she asks for me to do for her. I also downloaded a game called Vermintide 2, which is a Warhammer franchise hack and slash, kind of a co-op game. Because my brother says, "Oh, let's try that," as a follow-up to Left 4 Dead 2. And so far I haven't played it. The mission screen looks complicated, so I kind of wanted him to tell me what to do so I don't have to learn the whole process of do this, try that, don't try this, don't do that. It's always nice when you have another adult in the game that can kind of give you the shortcuts right off the bat. And that's kind of what I'm hoping in Shadowlands, that we can teamwork the stuff that doesn't work right away, and battle down the hatches and move forward with the exciting new stuff that we get presented with. I don't know about the mall yet. I haven't seen anything past the startup screen. I just installed it this morning. It only took 20 gigs on my hard drive, which is not too bad. Vermintide, for example, this week was 100 gigs, so that's quite a big install. It's quite a big install, and I have like a 2 terabyte disk, and I'm like, I wonder when I'm going to run out of disk space here, because I need the disk space for the podcast. Like if it breaks down, then I'm down to one computer, and then you can't play while you podcast. I don't have anything against Microsoft. The multitasking is not as good as Apple. I think Apple has always been a little bit ahead of the game on the component quality, and Microsoft makes a little bit cheaper so that everyone can play. There's an ad on the television right now for the Chromebook, $250, and I'm like, how do you get a computer that's cheaper than the OS? Like, what's it made of? Like, is it duct tape holding it together inside? That's crazy. And I'm cringing because I'm like, I don't know if the stuff's gonna break down the first week you own it.
No, it just has lower graphics. It just has, it's slower. It's not like it's magic. It's basically, those Chromebooks are meant for like going online and basically using the web.
Yeah.
As opposed to playing actual games.
Yeah, but people always ask me, oh, my computer is slow. Wait, how can I play Facebook on it? Because Facebook, they've upped their graphics, right, on almost everything.
Play Facebook? What?
Play Facebook, yeah.
Oh, you might be. Are you talking about your parents or older people or something?
Friends who always want to play Farmville or whatever. They're asking questions.
Farmville still exists.
Farmville, yes. Anyway, I'm still doing archaeology. I'm still doing mining and herbalism. I'm hoping to do away with the slivers of grass in Shadowlands, because that's not a fun mechanic. Like when you dig up a flower and you get pieces of it, stalks.
Mm-hmm.
Like you skill up, but it's like, you mix more junks in your bags. I'd rather have like just the one thing pop up, and then I can just shard it right away.
Yeah, it's
rather than combining.
Contrary to ore, where they got rid of the parts of an ore, and but with herbalism they kept it. I'm not sure what that's about.
I guess they don't want people selling herbs for too much money right away. There's got to be a process to level up or whatnot. But I really liked it in Pandaria, where you could pick everything, and now it's like I'm not so sure. I like it in the old world, where if you're not skilled up enough, you get pieces of a herb, like pieces of flour, and then you combine the pieces to make a flour. It's like classic was not too bad. Either it works or it doesn't work. If it doesn't work, well, you try it again.
It doesn't work, right? Exactly. Or it doesn't work at all. You need to get to a higher level to.
There you go.
Yep.
So
you're not qualified. You're not good enough.
You're not good enough. There you go. I really enjoyed the pacing of the bags, the pacing of the health, the pacing of the battles. When I played the starting experience today, I got about 7 levels in, and I took on a elite, because there's elites under level 10. So that was kind of cool.
Or the ogre.
The little ogres, they're quite fun. There's little snacky fights, and he has special moves that knock you back or whatnot. That's perfect. That gives you a sense of danger without going too close to craziness and losing your character. I have a feeling once the real game launches, you're going to have less health regen unless you have all the heirlooms. So I had incredible health regen, and I had super good stats despite the ogre being 2 levels higher. So
no, it's not about that. The Exile's Reach, what you played, is about teaching you about the class. It's not about you dying constantly and you not being able to clear the content.
Right.
It's called, and I'm not sure how far you played yet, but the thing is called the New Player Experience, NPE, and you get an achievement if you complete it. So it's a proper thing that
it's currently bugged on one of the quests, so I can't complete that quest, so I'll hopefully get the achievement once it's patched up. But it's quite enjoyable. I've discovered that I don't have one of the deep home pets, Pebble. There's a quest you have to repeat 10 times apparently to get Pebbles, so I'll have to get my main down there because I don't have all the dailies unlocked on the other characters. But I'm sure I have it unlocked on Constructs 1, and my rogue will carry on that sometime this week. Currently, surveying the Deep Home Aeonax. I've seen it pass in front of my screen 4 times, the alternate mob. I'm just hoping the actual 1 in 9 thing pops up, and then I can be sharing them out with both of you, because I already have it. So since I got 3 screens, I don't mind sharing with somebody else. And that's pretty much been my week.
Very nice.
Oh, excellent. Oh, how you doing? I get excited. I get giddy and love making mini alts. My dog is trying to poop for the Horde and for the Alliance. It was funny in my head.
Brilliant. How was your week in WoW?
It's been very good. I still haven't figured out this bug with Cilicia. I can't do the Withering quest, and I have a whole bunch. I maxed out at my Ancient Mana. I was so maxed out that I went around Suramar feeding 5 Ancient Mana to people just so that, I wasn't not getting mana when I was picking it up. I did a few world quests there. Felt really good about that. I'm making progress. Just not figuring out. I even went to Falinar just to see if maybe I could just pick it up there. And it's funny because it shows up in my quest log as a world quest. I just can't pick it up anywhere. So that's kind of weird. Did all the quests. I did my first Suish, the big.
Swish, yeah?
Yeah.
The
Tyrannosaurus T-Rex. Yep, Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Yeah.
It was quite satisfying going through the place, the city, and stepping on people and, doing that. So that was fun. And what else did I do? Last week I did do some Darkmoon Fair with Mazian, and we were talking earlier about trying to figure out the whole thing with getting that mount. And I'm like, at this point, I have a lot of mounts. Plus, if I go ahead and pay for another account on the same BattleNet, will I get that mount?
Yes.
Yeah, so that might be what I end up doing, because Tia's on a different account, and I might just do that instead and see how that works out.
Yeah, my first account, my first account has that 6 month recurring, and my second account only has a 3 month recurring. Because I never know when I'm going to
sometimes
not
if you
subscribe.
Right, you let it lapse for a few weeks.
Yeah,
you're saving a little money. That account, then when you do resubscribe, it'll go a little bit longer.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Again, another shout out to Ro of Rail Maintenance. It was great being on the show. I don't know if you guys listened, but it was a really good show.
I did.
Yeah, and it was fun. What else was I going to say? My bags are full. So I was thinking, let me find an alt that I can send stuff to. And I was going through my alts. Jesus. And I came across Shucks, who is, and I don't know why, but for some reason she's a survival hunter, which I think I'm going to change. Because when I logged into her, I was trying to... She's in Northern Barrens. She was level 32. Something about the level squish or whatever. She was right at max, so she killed one mob and she got 33. But she had a two-handed weapon, a staff. It's like, why is my hunter carrying a staff? Well, it turns out Survival Hunter has a whole bunch of crap that they can only do if they're using two-handed melee weapons.
It's because Survival Hunter is a melee spec.
Right, and I can't get my hand around that.
Yeah.
That's like silly. So I might just respect
Think
her.
of in Gorgron when Rexar carries the mount, his friendly mount on his back. He doesn't need a weapon. He could just use his bare hands.
Right. And it's also a goblin, so she's tiny. And I know. I don't even know what I was doing with this character. I must have just been having fun, which is okay. It's okay to have fun.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, of course.
I went through the heirlooms and I got her a bow, but now there are, while I'm going through her book, there's only so many things that she can do. Right, because she's a survival hunter. Huh.
And if you were Beast Mastery, there's abilities you wouldn't be able to use from survival.
Right, but I'm a hunter, so why do I want to be up close to anybody? I know, I understand. It's a dual purpose, and it's for people who want to mix things up, but yeah.
Yep.
It's not for me. But I decided that I want to mostly use her for the bank. I'm going to send her a bunch of Hexweave bags and go to her bank and send a bunch of stuff that Aprillian has because it's just silly. Right now with Aprillian, I am fighting, kill this one. All right, stop. Get out my, I think she has.
Yak?
No, she has the Tundra Mammoth. My other account has the Yak. Get out the Yak, get out the Mammoth, sell 2 things, 3 things. Literally. And the funny thing was when I'm going through Shuck's bag, crap. She had so much. She had like 6 blossoming branches. She's got 3 white tuxedo shirts. What the heck? What
you only need 1 tuxedo shirt for the achievement. And if you have the achievement, you don't need any.
Right.
Exactly.
I may have to go and maybe. You think it's even worth putting it on the auction house?
No.
No.
Yeah.
If you want to give somebody else the achievement, you need the dress. You don't need a tuxedo shirt.
Oh. I also have.
You can even put the dress on the mail. I've tried.
It doesn't work. You can get rid of them. Unless you want to sell them for the express purpose of selling them so other people can buy them for the transmog.
Yeah.
But that's the only purpose that they serve.
She also has the haunted memento, and she has the buff, but I don't see the guy behind her. The buff is over her head, haunted. Something is with you. And but I'm never going to get rid of that. It is white and says unique, but yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
Don't get rid of that.
Yeah, that was cool. I just went in her bank. She's not maxed out at all. She has plenty of room. So as soon as I get back on Aprillian and I'm at a mailbox, she's going to get a whole bunch of bags.
Do you remember that feeling when you first walked up to the reagent tab and you dumped everything in there and then you had so much bag space?
Yes, that was.
We need a second reagent tab.
Right. I would even pay 500 gold.
What I want personally is I want to have Blizzard take a leap. I want them to. I want them. I don't want them to take 1, 2, or 3 steps towards organizing our bags better and make the quality of life better. I want them to take a leap. What I would like them to do is basically, as they've done so often, adopt something from Diablo.
Okay.
Diablo 3, where if you go into Diablo 3, originally you had your materials in your bags, as we have now.
Right.
Yeah.
You could put them in your storage, as we can do in our bank. But then, a couple of months ago, maybe half a year ago or whatnot, they implemented a tab that took care of all the crafting materials, all the quest utility materials.
Okay.
Where basically you had one button and you clicked on that and then up pops a UI window that shows you have so many souls, you have so many red, you have so many blue, yellow, and white materials, you have so many machines, what the terms of the things. All that stuff just as an entry in a UI, much like the currency that we have now. If you open your currency tab, you can see you have so many tickets, you have so many champion seals, you have so many...
Right, so you would have so many...
Yeah.
Just one slot for all of your fur, or one slot for all of your cloth.
Not even slot. You just have an entry. You would just have an entry in your tab that reflects your crafting materials.
Gotcha.
And so all of the things like we have now with the quest items, most, not all, most quest items aren't part of our inventory anymore. They're like in this hidden quest inventory, where if you pick something up, they go into that unseen inventory.
Right.
But
That would be nice.
I want that for everything. I want them to say, I can open a tab and I can see I have this many fur, I have this many ore of that kind, I have this many copper ore or tin bars or shadow weave cloth or God knows what. All that stuff I want to have in a bag that is not part of my physical, what physical in the digital world is, but it's not taking up my bag space. Right. And I can tell you why. My main reason is this game gets bigger and bigger inevitably. And there is a limit. Blizzard said that you cannot continue to make bigger and bigger bags. Inevitably, we're going to have like 40, 50 slot bags if this game continues to run for another 10 years.
Yeah.
That's not going to work. So what I would like is to Blizzard say we are going to limit the bag size to, let's stick with 32, which is the highest craftable bag now. Mm-hmm. And then let's implement a system sort of what I mentioned just now. And then we don't have the item bloat anymore. We don't have to worry about all the things that fill up our banks and our bags anymore. There's still plenty of stuff that can be in there. Right. Plenty of stuff. It's just I don't want to have to run back on a tune every 2 or 3 hours just to unload my stuff into a bank tab or whatnot. And what it does is, what you can do is if you go to your mailbox and want to send something off, you don't have to go to the bank anymore, because now if you want to send some fur, let's stay with fur, over to your alt, that is a leather worker or a tailor, and you want to use that stuff, mm-hmm. You need to go into your bank, get the fur out, and then go to the to the mailbox and send it all. Right. If you want to send everything.
You got to remember where you put it at and
yes,
in your bag.
With the new system,
you just click on
you open the mailbox, you open the mail tab, click on this item on the drop-down menu and click send all or whatever, enter a number, and then enter the name of the character you want to send it to and send. So it serves two purposes, in my opinion, and it's overdue. It's something that Blizzard has to find a way to deal with in the in my opinion, very near future. Hopefully, sometime during Shadowlands, because it's just getting too much. If I
Kyle
look
is saying,
at my,
Kyle is saying, why don't we have underlings work for us?
Summoning them, bringing our stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, but still, it's something that still is it's twofold, Kyle. They can hold some, I would guess.
Right.
They don't hold everything, right?
Right.
So you still have your bags, you still have your follower, and you have your bank, you have your stash, whatever it's called, in Skyrim. But it's not a combined tab with the combined number. As soon as I pick up a piece of meat, or I pick up a piece of cloth, or I gather an herb, it's automatically going to go into that UI tab. If it works the way I want it and the way it does on in Diablo. So there's no, oh, this goes here, that goes here, and this.
Dave the Hunter wants a Grand Negus and PC.
Doesn't everybody?
It's something that I really would like to see, and that we finally, again, I'm repeating myself for the third time now. I really want to see, because it's totally impractical now. It's too much. I barely have enough room to get all my meat in my reagent tab.
Yeah.
Everything else goes in my normal bank slots. And that's not the way it's supposed to be. And yeah. End of rant. Sorry for intruding on your...
Oh, no. You enhanced what I was saying. You got what I was saying. Awesome. All right.
Nice.
And so I've just freed up an amazing amount of space using, even though she's level 33, she can still be my bank alt. And she had no Regents tab. Now she has a Regents tab. And I just feel like a big load taken off my shoulders. And I can still come back to her when I need it. I'm probably not going to do much with her because she's... I just can't take a survivalist seriously. And that's been my week. Lots of fun stuff.
Nice.
I also spent some time with Mazian at the garrison, just for fun, adding new buildings and stuff. Oh, and she did go to where's the place? Tullabard, where you go and you get another garrison. Talador, right?
Oh no, you can get outposts at any of the zones except your opposite faction's home.
Right.
Home.
So he did.
Fire Ridgers.
Yeah, exactly. The Alliance can't get a outpost in Frostfire Ridge, and the Horde can't get one in Shadowmoon Valley.
Oh, and she hadn't opened up the mine, so she had to go in and fight and open up the mine. So, I mean, it's old stuff, but it's still fun stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's been my week.
Nice. Very nice.
I find it very, very easy to be true.
Am allerschönsten war es doch zu Haus, und auch sonst mich einst in die Welt hinaus. Und in der Ferne suchte ich mein Glück, wer kennt den Weg zurück.
And now it's time for Spotlight and a whole bunch of other things with Grand Negus. What do you have for us this week, Grand Negus?
Haven't I spoken enough already today?
go to email. And Kyle writes, oh, sorry.
It's not that much. I've talked about most of the stuff I did on the beta already. When they wiped the characters earlier in the week, obviously we had to start anew.
Right.
So all that progress was lost. If you want, as a beta player, if you want to explore your the content on a low-level character, make sure that you either copy over a level 10 or higher character,
right,
so they have riding. If you want to fly, it needs to be a level 30 or higher character.
So funny, 10 flying. I mean, 10 riding.
Sorry, equal, which means level, let me see, level 20 character needs to be transferred, that's the old number, or 60.
Oh, okay.
Which refers to level 30 turns into, no, wait. Level.
The left bone connected to the right bone.
Words are hard.
Yeah, no, the old level, the current level 20 becomes level 10.
Right, so make sure you transfer over level 20 or level 60 if you want flying.
Yeah,
and then
level 60 is the new level 30. That's when you learn flying.
Right, gotcha. We know what you mean.
So it's basically level 10, and then for every old 5 levels, you get 2. So it's you get every 10 levels you get 5. That's it. So like from level 60 to level 70 is 5 new levels. It's a little complicated, but it's kind of logical. They just cut the character level in half. Make sure if you have a character that you, or if you want to play a new character on the beta and you want to use your chauffeured mount, make sure that you equip a character with heirlooms on the, or create them with 35 heirlooms. You can just, as is normal, just click and create them.
And have them in your bag?
Have them in your bag and then copy that character over.
Okay.
Right.
That unlocks the
chopper.
The achievement to then summon the chauffeured mount. And then you can, without even having to equip them, you can just delete the character again.
Right.
Gotcha.
On the beta, obviously, not on
not
in
real life, right?
Yeah. So some little things I thought, why do I, the first time I did that, I copied the character over and then went and bought all the heirlooms, but then I thought, why do I have to do this every time? And then I thought, no, we do this easy way, where you just, and you don't waste any money if you want to buy something, some stuff, some more expensive stuff. If you need gold, just copy the character you have with the most amount of gold, or mail the gold to a character and bundle the gold, copy the character over once or twice.
And then send the gold back.
And then send the gold over. Yes. I don't know what you would want it for. Say you want a mount that you can't get there, or God knows what, that's the easiest way to get gold on the beta server. On Trelane, I killed the Cavern Dark Terror in Nazjatar and looted the Cavern Dark Nightmare, the pet, getting the count up to a total of 864 unique pets. Eventually, I have to get out and start farming all the wild pets, which would, quite frankly, add a significant number of pets to my collection. But so far, I've shied away from that. I just wasn't in the mood to do so. I might do it the next time the Pet Battle week, bonus week comes around, which is still active, but at the moment I'm just too much involved in beta and all that stuff, so not much time there. The other thing I did on Trelane was I finished the first veteran achievement in Nazjatar.
Nice.
I got Neri Sharpfin to rank 20.
Oh, congrats.
I'm not sure, Constructs, do you know what's the highest rank you can get them to?
I don't know. I know I've gotten 1 to 20 and another one to 12 or 15.
Okay.
So if you level all 3 to 20, then you get the achievement for having the aesthetic of the like the rank 4, I think, for the Nazjatar upgrade.
Oh, okay,
appearance.
yeah. Very nice, yeah.
One of them gives you a mount, one of them gives you a pet, one of them gives you a toy. But which is which, I have no idea.
Yeah, I got the one, Neri gave me the mount. So
oh, nice.
I'm not sure if it was lucky or whatnot, but I from all the interactions with them, I liked Neri best, so I started with her.
There's one that's definitely better for combat, I find. One's like a Healy and one's like a tanky, but the tanky one just goes all over the place and tanks everything that you don't want to tank. So it's like an AoE tank.
Yeah, but you're the Filthy Alliance anyway, so that doesn't count towards for me.
Yeah,
so
sure.
Yeah.
Well, when you're trying to get away from a PvP player and your combat ally taunts them.
It
keeps you in combat. That usually doesn't end well for any parties involved.
I totally agree with that. What else was there? Come on, open up. Let me look at the date. No. Also, I got nautical battlefield training.
Nice.
Which is the combined, unshackled, in my case, allies experience gain 4,800.
Yes, that's good.
Not sure if there is a next stage, what the eventual reward for that is. I know that I've seen that some amount of experience gain with the unshackled allies is required for a quest, but since I've done all the quests with Lorthamar, I can only assume that that's long taken care of. and since I'm way further progressed in the story than I've ever been on any other character, I also assume that it can't be something that I haven't seen on this tune yet, because again, there's nothing parallel on other tunes so that I could have seen on others. So it's, yeah, so that's basically Trelane. With regards to my other project, this past week, I've been streaming quite a bit of WoW Challenges characters.
Nice.
And my character I'm currently working on, as I mentioned last week already, is still my Green Man Orc Shaman, currently level 50, which is the highest level challenger I've ever had. So that is, I'm really happy about that. Obviously not overconfident, but it's encouraging that I might eventually get him to level 60, which is my immediate goal. Anything above level 60 is icing on the cake. So, yeah. Currently questing in Eversong Woods, which is the second to last starting zone that I could go through. I don't have the best gear yet, but I'm cautious because, again, I want this tune to survive. So I play in the areas that I know best and that are the safest. For me, that equates to lower level. The lower the level, the quote-unquote more safe the zone is for me. So I play in the starting zone or in the level up zone of the Blood Elves, with the added bonus that at the beginning, when they implemented at 7.2.5, when they implemented the scaled questing, they capped the starting zone at level 20.
Right.
But that cap has apparently, poof, disappeared without anyone noticing or being told. At least I haven't heard of it. So now you can basically, as I said, as a level 50, I'm questing in Eversong Woods, which is a level 5 to 10 zone. 15, yeah, 5, yeah. And it's, I get my full experience, 15 to 16, 17,000 experience, perfect.
So you can go on any character to go get your lore master, I guess, if you want.
Lore master I got a long time ago, so that's, yeah. No, it's just I don't want to go and do content that's too dangerous. I don't want to like I played through, I'm not sure if I mentioned that this last week, when I played through Ghostlands.
Right.
I specifically didn't engage the abominations.
Yeah.
There was one instance where 3 or 4 other players attacked one of them, and that's when I said, okay, if there is one other person or 2 other people that gets killed by him and I'm attacking,
Yeah.
and he turns on me, I'm dead.
Right.
But if it's 3 people, and I think at least one was a pet class, and I waited for them to get him down to 30-ish%.
Yeah.
In my opinion, that was pretty safe. So I thought, okay, why the hell not? And we brought him down, and it was good. It was okay. The second one is still in my quest log. Eventually, I might go there to just get the quest out of the way at level 66 or 5, or I don't know yet. Or I might not at all. But that's the approach that I take, is safety first, safety above everything else.
Right.
And I was the other day in my last stream, I was down by the water in that tower by the coast, where you have all these mana fiends and these mana worms, where you have to fight your way down to the coast, and then there is the quest giver, and then you have to kill the same mobs that you just killed to get down there. And then you have to run up that tower that's next to the quest giver and deactivate those green crystals. And on the second floor of that tower is a quest you can accept.
Right.
And then up on the top there is the third crystal, and then next to it is the orb to teleport you down.
Right.
I was stupid enough to click on the orb first before I clicked on the crystal. So I got teleported down before I deactivated the crystal, and I thought, oh no. Thankfully, there was another warlock with me.
Oh, good.
And I quickly ran up again and was fast enough getting back up, thanks to my shaman ghost wolf form.
Yeah.
That I came up there before the bunch respawned, and then used the orb to teleport down again. So, and again, that tower I would not have attempted if I had seen any risk of overpopulation. I saw that on the first floor before the warlock came and helped me. I saw that there was 3 mana worms and one of the fiends there, and it worked out with the patrolling and whatnot. It worked out perfectly. Slowly but surely, I pulled them one by one. Obviously, I couldn't hex them because they weren't humanoid or beasts. So I had to take that into account as well. There are just so many things that you have to take into account when you're playing a challenge toon.
Right.
And it's really a challenge to get your mindset changed towards survival is primary. It's everything. That if you're 119.9% and you pull wrong, and you die, you're done. Even if you only need 10 more experience points to get to 120, you're done because you died. So that's the thing where I really urge people to, if you want to attempt that, be cautious. Don't think you can do it because you could do it on your other tunes. Especially if you're playing an Iron Man, you don't have any stats other than armor. That's why I try to get into the feel of a challenge tune by playing a Green Man tune first.
Right.
Because the base of it, as I said, the first rule is do not die, period, except when you play Tin Man. But the first rule is do not die. And if you have a little buffer to help you in that task, meaning you're allowed to equip green gear versus only white and gray gear, so be it. It's a valid challenge, but you can still not die. So it's something where I'm really having fun with this, and I really learned to appreciate. I have really learned to appreciate the shaman again. Back in ICC days, I healed on a shaman in ICC 25 Heroic.
Wow.
And it was quite an experience. I really liked it. But then with the evolving and changing classes, I just got out of it for some reason. But at the moment, with the toolkit that Resto Shaman, which I'm playing the Resto Shaman has, it's quite survivable. I had quite a few, I don't want to say brushes with death because that's a bit too dramatic, but I had quite a few cases where there were one or two mobs breathing down my neck that I would have liked. So, and the best thing of the shaman is, at least in the mid-30s, 36, I think, is you get the earth elemental.
Right.
So, and then if you can just step back and run away, if you're not in the middle of some amount of mobs, because that's another thing. If I do proceed into an area, I always try to not run too far into an area and be aware of the respawn. That's, in my opinion, rule number 2. Beware of the respawn. Because if you run into an area and you don't see any mobs,
then
turn around
and go right, because
go back, because someone
has just
was
cleared.
there in the last 10, 15 minutes and killed everything.
Killed everything on their way.
And you don't know in what order and when.
Right.
Wait 5 minutes and then see what happens with regards to are the mobs respawning or not. Because it's almost guaranteed that you will not like the outcome of the respawn that you are not in charge of. If you kill mobs, you know, and you are in charge of how and when the mobs respawn, and that's always that's important. So then, when you get into a tricky situation and you pop your Earth Elemental, you can just turn around and run.
Right.
And all the mobs stay with the Earth Elemental. You turn around, run, pop your Ghost Wolf, and you're out of there.
Yeah.
So that's if need be, you can even pop your Water Walking, and then run across the water. Those are like basically, I think that's almost what you can do. If there is one following you, you can turn around and hex that if it's a human or a humanoid or a beast.
Right.
But the shaman has a very, very complex toolkit, and I really, really like that. So I'm really interested in seeing how far I can take this character. And so that's basically, with regards to add-ons, I quickly want to mention 2 add-ons, one of which I've talked quite a few times. The other one not so much, both of which are customizable in a way, and the other one is you can learn something from it. There are some overlaps, and you can check out whether, depending upon your class, if you need the one or if the other is just complementing the other one, or if the second one you don't need it. The first one is max DPS. If you use a character, specifically if you play a challenge toon, it's nice to know what you can do and what you cannot do. The only downside for that is that it has the annoying side effect of telling you from time to time, depending upon what abilities you use and what abilities you don't have unlocked yet, that this ability needs to be present for the rotation to work properly. So I'm not sure if your class module has that aspect fixed. You can check it out, try it out. If it's too annoying or if it's not working at all, you can just uninstall it again. The other add-on I would like to talk about is Weak Auras 2. Weak Auras 2 is basically a UI addition with some proc indicators and some visual guides towards how best to use your abilities, some cooldowns. There are so many things you can do with weak auras. You can get the strings, which are the programming of an aura from websites. You can just Google weak aura strings, and you find quite a few websites that provide those strings with the quote-unquote loss of method. Quite a few sources of those strings have disappeared, sadly. But I'm sure that there are others that are going to fill those voids eventually. So you can, if you go to those websites, you can see the previews of the respective visual implementations that you get. If you install the respective Aura pack, there are like so many things that you can. There's almost an unlimited amount of things that you can do with weak auras, and there are some classes that don't really need them for some purposes. Others are, I would say, my healing shaman hasn't got weak auras installed yet, but now that I've reached level 50 and I'm slowly but surely creeping into territory that I'm not too familiar with, I would like something that can help me focus or alert me whenever there is something I need to take care of, like a rotational aspect or a proc aspect. When I have to when I have to watch the screen more for stuff that goes on the screen in the world rather than on the UI.
Do you have your sound on in the background? Like when you switch application, you can still hear the game playing?
Yes.
Yeah, I do that as well.
Yes, always.
And if I have multiple screens up, I try to have at least some amount of the screen showing. That way, if it flashes red, I know to run away or feign death or something.
Yeah. Yeah, no, with the best example for any shaman that's not a enhancement shaman is lava burst.
Right.
The proc that you get, the lava surge. It's a proc that lasts, I think, 6 seconds, 10 seconds. I can't remember. Anyway, it gives you basically a instant lava burst.
Yeah.
If it's not on cooldown, or if your lava burst normally is on cooldown, it eliminates the cooldown, makes it available, and gives you the instant cast.
Right.
If it's off cooldown, it only makes it instant, but it still consumes the cast.
Yeah.
So it then goes to cooldown, but and that is quite important because you sometime when you're close to your flame shock running out, which is a mechanic where if your flame shock is applied, your flame shock dot is applied to the target, the lava burst automatically crits. So that's important to see. And then then you can set your weak auras, as an example, to flash if it's just about to run out, like 2, 3, 4, 5 seconds before it runs out. Whichever amount, you can make it flash in whatever fashion you want. There's so many variants of that you can have. So you know that now I have to get the lava burst off, and you can even make it, if I'm right, you can even have them coincide, like have the mega proc, so to speak. So saying if you have 3 seconds left and you get the lava surge proc, hit it now, or in 3 seconds it's going to be gone. Basically, something to that effect.
Right.
So those aspects of the game, of the rotation, is something that the add-on Weak Auras is perfect for. It takes a while to set it up if you want to set it up yourself. You need quite a bit of background knowledge for it. If you just want to rely on the strings that other people have developed, go ahead, suit yourself. There are quite a few, I don't want to say thousands of strings, but there are quite a few hundred, I would imagine. For all the different classes, for all the different specs. If I remember correctly, it's even available in a limited fashion for Classic, but I don't know that for sure. So, yeah, if that's something for you, that you need a little visual help for whatever reason, I'm not sure. I'm sure you can even add audio help for it. I'm not sure, or audio alerts. I'm not sure if you can, but it wouldn't surprise me if you could. Let's put it that way. So, yeah, with that said, that's been my week.
Hello, everybody. Kyle here. Mash that thing. Yep, that's dead. Yay, whoop, and then just keep going. Not a boring cake in the walk anymore. Awesome, amazing. Talk to you again next week. Take care. Bye.
And Kyle writes, hello, everyone. So, tragic story. I logged on and was all set to create and play a new Volpera tune when I received a horrible message. You have reached the maximum limit on this account, or
what?
Something like that.
Sacrilege.
I had to do the unthinkable. Purge other tunes. What do you mean purge other tunes? You were only making one more tune. Purge a tune.
And the issue is, if you say, okay, I got another account, I'll just log over to the other account and create a Volpera there.
You can't.
Doesn't work.
No, it doesn't
because the unlocking is specific to the license, not the Battle.net account.
Right. I said goodbye to a few low-level tunes on servers I don't play on, as well as my ancient tunes on the Jubathos server, way back when I meddled with Bind on Equip. Sorry, I get emotional at purges. I'm so sorry. I had thought about just resubbing my other account, but then realized that allied races aren't Battle.net wide, so there would be no point. You could transfer some of your other tunes. No, that would be crazy. Moral of the story is that Blizzard needs to find some method to allow us to expand our max number of characters. Or have some number somewhere so you know before you try. Like, warning, you are now creating tune number 47. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yep.
That would make sense.
Especially since we have all these
Allied races and...
No, especially since we have the tabs in the bottom. In Europe, it's Germany, France, Italy, Spain, and in America, it's Australia, Brazil, God knows what. You have to click through all of them to add up the numbers.
Right.
To get to the overall number.
Right.
If
So
you
it'd
had,
be nice.
exactly, if you said, like you said.
Or even if
You
there
have-
was, you know how you can do time played? Maybe tunes created / tunes,
Yeah.
you know, or / space available. That way you don't get so invested and then have to do purges.
The unthinkable.
Yes.
It is.
But you did get your new Volpera, and that's what counts. Those other tunes. You know, you can still visit them though. If you're full, can you still look at tunes that do you know what I'm talking about? How you can go and look at tunes?
Yep, they're gone.
Oh, you can't, the restore tune tab?
Yes, you can, but then you have to...
Delete another tune.
Something else.
Right.
Yeah,
But you can still go, hi, remember all the times we had fun together?
Oh, yeah.
Anyways, to help us all cheer up after this horrible story, I bring you a blast from the past from episode 420. Enjoy, Kyle.
So what class was the Volpera, did he say?
No, he didn't say, but we can ask him because he is in the chat room, and I will stall while he answers.
He's in the chat room.
Yes, he is.
Yes.
Yes.
So what did
What class did you...
end up making? A rogue?
Priest?
A priest?
Warlock?
A warlock? A rogue. I say rogue. You say,
Priest or Warlock is my guess.
You say potato?
Oh, you made a few. Okay.
Oh. Okay.
Oh.
So you made a little Volpera party.
An entire caravan of Volpera.
Volpera, yes.
Shaman and rogue. Okay.
Shaman.
So you were...
You're a better man than I am. All right. Well, let's listen to the blast.
And
Kyle.
probably we'll do a Warlock too. Yeah, okay.
Oh, nice. Because now you have room.
Yep.
All right, let's listen to Kyle's blast from the past. Today is Friday, May 8th, 2015, and this is episode 420 entitled, What About the Children? I'm Aprillian, your host, and with me are two of my co-hosts, because one of them had problems and had to leave us, and I have no ill feelings towards Tidra. We will miss her. But anyways, how are you, Lita?
I'm good.
Did that sound right? Did I say that with the right tone and intonation?
Completely not. You completely threw me.
Yeah.
I'm doing well for a Sunday morning, and yes, all is good.
It's
Saturday morning.
God,
I can't even
Sunday
get-
morning.
I'm not even with it.
I'm like, you guys are ahead of us.
It's really big. You're like in the next
Okay,
dimension of
Sunday.
the planet.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Just carry on.
And
I'll
just to let
stay
you know, Lita's going to be doing double duty because we were abandoned. I mean, because Tidra had problems.
We love you, Tidra.
We love you, Tidra, and we hope everything works out and that you'll be back soon.
We hope Florida's internet manages to get its act together.
Yes, and the part of Caesar will be played by Maya.
I got some comments from the chat room about our title of, what was it? Where are the children? Where did the children go?
What about the children?
What about the children? So Tiber said Leader did enough Children's Week for the whole guild. And Matta said, I went to get an orphan and they said they were out with Leader. So thanks, guys.
Come back later.
Before that, I had told the girls that, yes, I had done Children's Week on at least 30 tunes this year. So that's the reference. So, yes, I did do a little bit of Children's Week this year.
I went out. Cotton candy all over her mount.
Right. All sticky.
Those kids.
Yeah. I went out. I took Aprillian. She got the whistle. And then her garrison called her. And they're like, yeah, kid, I'll be back. Just wait right here.
Just wait. Yeah, wait there.
Wait right here.
Stay there. Be patient.
Yeah. Poor kid.
Yeah.
You taught them to deal with disappointment.
Yes. Because it's a hard knock life.
Nice.
Well, I flew a couple tunes sort of in the vicinity of where I thought the quests might be, but then I got distracted and never came back.
Oh, look, shiny.
Yeah, pretty fun.
Well, you know what always gets me, and I'm glad I didn't take any quests, because I sometimes take that candy quest, and then you end up with that question mark at all the end, at the spots. And it stays there, you know, and you're like, oh, wait, there's a question. Oh, it's that. Yeah, so, yeah, we'll skip that.
For the WoW challenges for Bloodthirsty, your kills that give XP, you have to have a certain percentage. So don't go around killing critters and killing bunny rabbits and stuff. Because they will throw off your percentage.
Yep, no, I'm just killing pure mobs that give XP.
Yep.
So, and I'm not allowed to pet battle. So the boys and I have decided, and I've ringed in. So this is who I've ringed in to do this challenge that we're doing. So I've got Asheo and Wingy and Matta. And I also talked 42 and 21. So Melon 42's son, 21, has decided also to come do the challenge with us.
Awesome.
Wow.
I was trying to get Jeppy to come do the challenge, and for some reason he went, hell no. Okay, it's not quite the language he used, but I can't repeat exactly.
I see your point of view, though, Jeppy.
I don't think I've quite convinced him to come over and give it a try. But this is what we're going to do, is we're going to give this a go, because it's a bit different from the Iron Man, and I can't remember, because I know Ash and I have definitely done Iron Man, and I think Wingy did as well. I can't remember if Matta had, but this is going back ages ago, and I think the Iron Man I got to level, what was it, like 33 or 34, 32, 33, 34. I think was the highest I got my Iron Man, until I fell off the hill at where is it, next to Silver Pine? What's the one next to where Torrance Mill is? That one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
with the 5 fingers. There's Corn's dagger, and
yeah. But it should be fun. We will see how we go. So we're going to get to level 10. So our goal is going to be, we're going to try and get to a certain point by the end of the week, because we can't really play together. Can't join up into groups, and all of that kind of thing. And we've all picked different races and classes. Oh, and one of the things that we decided when we were picking class was that there was to be no warlocks, no hunters, no DKs.
Wow.
Well, because I was going to pick a warlock, and then, they're like, you're not allowed to pick a warlock. And I went, okay, you're not allowed to pick a hunter. So
you're not allowed to pick a DK.
kind of put little stipulations that we wouldn't pick our, basically, like our favorite.
Right.
I've only got like 15 warlocks, technically. But yeah, so this is why I thought I'd try the shaman, and because you can use the spells that you get, so she can hit things in the face and she can heal. So, I thought that balance would be interesting to see how that goes. So, yeah, so we'll see. I'll report. And let's see if I can get to level 10. Anyway, that's the first step. So
that's
we'll see.
Awesome.
Yeah. So really, really excited to give it a go. We'll see where it takes us. That's been my week.
Wow.
Yeah, it's been a bit crazy. It's been pretty crazy.
And you do 30 children's runs on top of all that.
Wait a minute. That's been your week? Are you sure?
Yeah.
There's nothing else? Nothing at all? Nothing called Dark Moon Fair?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll just say you've been to Dark Moon Fair. Okay.
No, I did. And I had two, I had 2 nights where I didn't get to go and see Jeremy and Christoph. Don't forget, they have now both given me the pets because a couple months ago I did get from Jeremy, I got my Dark Moon Eye, but I do go and visit them every time Dark Moon Fair is up. So when I logged in last night, and the first thing I did was I did go over to Dark Moon Fair after I did my garrison Sarah, and I had Kira in my garrison. So I did them, and I took off to Dark Moon Fair, and I said to Jeremy when I rocked up, I'm like, because I'm pretty sure I stood in event, I'm like, I'm back. And I was like, right, come on, Jeremy, let's dance. And he still didn't give me anything.
It's just like it's not officially Dark Moon Fair unless you mention it in your segment.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And
by the way, Wingy made me say that, so I apologize.
I did miss Dark Moon Fair for a couple of nights.
No,
and that was sad.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, doesn't matter. It's been fun. Hey, Aprillian, what have you been up to this week?
Oh my gosh, it's so hard being 100. Nobody told me this. If I had known that, I would have stayed at 99. There's so much to do, and it's so much to... I haven't even done any of the really big quests that I've got waiting for me. Oh, by the way, you really... I don't know who to blame, but the elk plushie, I guess I didn't understand that it's useless, right?
Yeah. It's useless. It does nothing.
If you look at my screenshot, I went to Warcraft Pets, and they had that listed as the top pet. I said, oh, I have an Elky plushie. And I said, oh, well, let me get that to 25. Well, I got an achievement for getting it to 25, and I got another achievement for getting so many. But then I went to fight a battle, and it doesn't do anything.
Oh. That's right.
So I blame Warcraft Pets. I think that's horrible. They say that it's topped in health. I didn't realize there were tabs. If you look at the screenshot, it's got tabs. And if I had known, I would have never gotten it. So I'm really upset about that.
Oh, was I mean to Tidra? A little bit. Yeah, I think she had internet connections. Oh my gosh, Lita and her 30 orphans. How funny was that when so who was that said that Rogue Slayer said she went to the orphanage and they said Lita took them all? I can't imagine. Have you done a Bloodthirsty?
I've dabbled a bit in it, but not beyond level 12, 13, 15 at the most. So, not really.
I'm currently on my my Iron Man team,
And, maybe I should save this for next week for content. All right. Well, now's the time I get to play this.
We're clan of darkness here together. What's in an egg that we can't weather? Apocalypse. We've all been there. The same old boss. Why should we care? We're clan of darkness here together. What's in an egg that we can't weather? There's nothing that we can't face. Except for bunnies.
Nevikhoff and Worm Rest Accord doing.
Well, I see that the levelers have been busy this week. We've got at level 10 Green Skies, at level 30 Matavrishna and Noma.
Now that's isn't Matavrishna an Iron Man tune? I believe.
No, that's the one he said he's going to play through for the upcoming expansion.
Okay.
And at level 40, we also have Matavrishna. So he's doing what he does best, cranking out the levels.
Right.
At level 50, we have Green and Time. At level 60, we have Green and Time. And at level 80, I don't know, I think I saw something on Twitter about Rogue Slayer. We have a little bit green. So congratulations.
All right, good job.
That's all our leveling. And we need a song.
Funny how time flies when you're having fun. And who is the song for?
It happens to be for Green and Time. A little bit, whatchamacallit, I guess it's a Green Man. And she's hit level 50 and 60 this week. So doing enough questing to hit Exalted with the Clans of Darkness and Clan of Darkness II.
Excellent.
Very nice.
Very, very nice. All right. So we will be recording next week.
Yep.
With everything going okay.
Today I had 7 appearances of the Mount in Deep Home, but unfortunately not the one that drops anything. The ones that drops recipes and mail and cloth gear. I got an appearance.
Oh.
At least something.
Something, yes.
Again, shout out to Kyle. Thank you for the flash from the past. That was very, very enjoyable. And this is Aprillian for the Horde.
This is Constrax for leveling all your low-level tunes.
This has been Grand Nagus, Role of Acquisition, number 19. Satisfaction is not guaranteed. Bye, guys.
Bye. Bye, chat room.
Bye, chat room. Thank you. Thank you for being here.
Yes. Thank you, Kyle.
See you next week.
Push the button. We are off the